Well, this is going to be interesting. Let me just start with a disclaimer right away and say this is not completely 100% accurate as to how I did my makeup when I was in high school, simply because the only makeup that I was familiar with at all was eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. So I am doing like a lot of skincare with this look, just because, I'm recreating a look from like 20 years ago. So of course I didn't have the discoloration, the fine lines, all the things that I got going on now. So I decided to still do like moisturize, prime, conceal, all that jazz, just because I just wanted like a really smooth, blank, kind of flawless canvas, which, a lot of teenagers are lucky to have. And, that youthful kind of glow that, we all wish we could still achieve, and try to. So I did moisturize. I primed with my Professional, and I'm concealing with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I decided not to, of course, do any contour, highlight, anything like that, because I just didn't do that in high school. And I don't remember like even knowing what contouring was back then. I mean, like I said, I really didn't really know anything about makeup other than eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. So this look, like I wasn't sure if I was actually going to post this because it kind of made me cringe, like some of the application methods that I chose to use, because I was trying to think back as to what I used to do and to kind of create the look that I would wear when I was like 16, 17. So yeah, but like you'll see when I get to the eyes and stuff, like it's kind of like, it totally made me cringe a little bit. But it turned out pretty accurate. So I hope you guys like it. I'm going in with a little bit of shadow. It's not really an eyeshadow. It's actually the contour shade from my NYX Go-To palette. But it was like a brown, and I remember buying like brown eyeshadow from the drugstore, and of course using just that sponge applicator that comes with the palette to apply it. That's all I used. I mean, I didn't have makeup brushes, so I would either use that or I would like smudge it in with my fingers. So I'm just kind of being like kind of messy with the makeup brush and the eyeshadow, just applying it kind of messy and not really worrying too much about blending perfectly and all of that, because it was just not something I did. So, yeah, I thought I would soften it a little bit. See, I'm just like, I was trying hard to kind of keep it accurate, but at the same time, I was still like tempted to go in and perfect it a little bit as well. But now this is what I was talking about with what made me cringe. When I applied this, like the whole stretching of the lid and then applying liner to the lash line, I always applied my liner like this, and it looks okay. Like you can get like a decent line when you do it like that. But of course, as soon as you let your eyelid go, it's not even. And of course, it just makes you need to like apply more and more and make it thicker. And I guess like, yeah, like that's exactly like when I did it like this, I was like, this is exactly what it looked like when I did my eyeliner back then. And that the line would just get thicker and thicker and thicker because I kept trying to make it even and I never really could. So then what I do, and what I'm doing now, is I'm going in and just kind of like smudging it with I think that's like a lip brush, but I'm just using it to kind of smudge out the liner, because what I used to do is if I didn't get the line even, I would just go in with my finger and just kind of like muddy it up, so that you couldn't tell that the line wasn't even. And that's how I did my liner. I don't know. I kind of like how it came together in the end. But just the application just kind of makes me cringe. But oh God, I poked myself in the eye. I remember that. Yeah, that wasn't fun. And then I go and try to apply more and my eye starts watering even more. Oh, especially when I try to go in the waterline. That totally didn't work. And yeah, the color just didn't pick up in the waterline at all. So I kind of scrapped that and decided to just apply the liner on my lower lash line instead of in the waterline, which is something I did all the time. Like I would line my entire eye and it would make my eyes look very round. It's not something that I do now at all anymore because I don't think it suits my eye shape to line completely all around my eyes. But that's how I used to do it. And so I'm smudging it out a little bit, again with that lip brush, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit as best I can by applying it like this. I didn't like how it turned kind of wingy on the end, so I'm trying to kind of blend that out a bit, because I didn't really ever, wing out my eyeliner at all in the 90s. I had no idea what that even was, or if that was even a thing. So here I'm trying to blend again. See, I'm trying to make this look somewhat decent. But yeah. So of course with my eyebrows, I naturally have, because we overplucked in the 90s. So I do have like thinner brows already, but I definitely fill them in more now, to give them a little bit more shape. But with this look, I really wanted to keep them super thin, which was kind of authentic to how I wore them back in the 90s. So I drew them in a little bit, and then I'm like concealing some of the lower eyebrow hairs, the ones closer on my brow bone, just with some concealer, to kind of keep the eyebrows super thin. And yeah, it looks kind of scary, but it's all right. This was totally fun to do. And who knows, like maybe I don't know, maybe I'll try something like this again. But now I'm setting my face, which of course is something that, I never did in high school either. So, but I just couldn't help myself because I love my setting spray. So, yeah, so now I think we're almost done. Like I'm doing mascara, and then the only thing left after that is lipstick. And, my go-to lipstick, like if we ever wanted to splurge, like me and my friends, we would go to the MAC counter, and the MAC counter was just like, that was like the only kind of high-end makeup products that we had any concept of, and we loved them. MAC was huge in the 90s, but I still remember my favorite lipstick from MAC, and it was Twig, and they actually still sell it. But I wasn't going to pick it up just for this look. So I didn't use it, but I did try to use a color that was really similar. So I decided to go with, I think I'm going to do it right away, but I decided to go with Frickin' Frack by ColourPop. It's an ultra satin, so it kind of has that texture of like a cream to matte lipstick, which is what Twig is. And the color is pretty similar, at least from what I can remember. But that's the look. And that's totally what I looked like in high school, or how I did my makeup. It's crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And it was fun. It was fun to kind of put together. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon.